Hi, my name is Nathan McMinn, one of the co-founders of Conserv. Most people know us for our wireless collections-focused monitoring solutions, the Conserv sensor and the cloud platform that goes along with it. What a lot of people don't know is that Conserv Cloud is actually completely free to use. You can upload your existing environmental data from your collection and use Conserv's analytics tools to get some insights into how you're doing. So to get started, you can just go to app.conserv.io and either click sign up for an account or continue with your Google login. Once you get logged in, we set up a demo sensor for you that already has some data so you can take a look at what Conserv has to offer. But you can also go in and upload your own. So I'm going to take a look here at our space and location hierarchy. So we're looking at the Conserv archives, and we have two spaces here. A space is just a room, right? It's a lab, it's a storage space, it's a gallery. And within our conservation lab, we have a PEM2 sensor, but we don't have anything for our object storage. So let's upload some data and take a look at that space. So to do that, we're just going to click on Upload Import Data. We're going to pick a CSV file in this case of the data that we have. And Conserv's going to upload that and do a little bit of pre-processing. Once we have the data, we have to describe it a little bit, right? So first thing is, where did it come from? So this came in from the Conserv archives. It came from our object storage space. And we know that this is our object storage hobo. Now we're going to continue to our data mapping. We have to tell it, which columns contain which data. So our first column is the date and time of our reading. That is in UTC-5, which is my time zone. Our second column here is our temperature in Celsius, and our last column is our relative humidity. Once we've told Conserv Cloud where to find the pieces of data in this file, we can just click Import and View. Now, it's worth noting that for some common file formats, like the PM2 files that come from PEM2s, we can automatically do that mapping. But if it is just a raw CSV file, then we do need to provide a little bit of extra information. So while Conserv is uploading this file, we're also processing it to make sure there are no duplicates, there are no blank rows, there are no weirdness in the file. Once the import's done, it takes us directly to a graph of this data. So we can see our temperature graph here, right? Our object storage sensor. And on the right here, we have some little dial indicators that are telling us a little bit more about this data. So in this case, we're looking at the temperature, and we've set a temperature range for this space. We want it to be between 68 and 72, and this is telling us that it's in that range 84% of the time. If we want to see that on the graph, we can just click Show Levels, and it's going to put that information right on the graph for us. We've also got a performance indicator here for variation. So we've told the system that we don't want to see any more than about 9 degrees Fahrenheit of variation over a 24-hour period in this space. And we've achieved that goal 100% of the time. If we look at relative humidity, we can see very much the same thing. Our relative humidity levels are set between 40 and 60 with a target of 50. We're in our range 71% of the time, so pretty much all the time, except for a couple little bumps here. And we've also told it we want to see less than 10% variation in our relative humidity over a 24-hour period, right? Too much movement in RH can cause problems. And we've achieved that goal 94% of the time. Lastly, we can take a look at mold risk. So we can use a combination of the temperature and the relative humidity ranges, along with what we know about mold growth behavior, to figure out whether it's likely or even probable that there is active mold growth within a space. And for this particular space, because we've managed to keep the RH fairly low most of the time, we've assessed that there is no mold growth risk here. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit about how you can take your existing data, upload it to Conserv, and get some immediate insights that you can act upon. Again, if you want to check it out, you can log in at app.conserv.io, and these tools are completely free. Thanks for your time.